McDonald's, Nike, Starbucks. What makes them so iconic? We're gonna break down the design principles of the world's greatest logos and how you can use them to increase your brand awareness on the global stage. Let's get into it. In order to understand how the world's most profitable brands created the most popular logos, it's important to understand the types of logos out there. Logos can be classified into 5 different categories. First, we have the most common type, and that's wordmark logos. It's essentially the wording of your business into a nice design and font. Some recognizable examples are Disney's logo, Google, and even FedEx, which I don't know if you ever caught this before, but there's actually an arrow that forms in between the E and the X on FedEx's logo. This is where you can do something really creative if you put your mind to it. Next, we have lettermark logos. This is a type of logo that makes perfect sense for business names that might be too long, or if you'd like people to know your business just by its initials. Examples of a lettermark logo would be NASA, DHL. They just need to be readable and easy to understand for audiences. Next up, we have brandmark logos. Brandmark logos have no words in it. It's only a visual element that represents the brand. A great example of this would be Nike's swoosh logo. Next up, we have combination logos. These are made up of a visual graphic and a wordmark or lettermark logo. Examples like this would be NBC, Adidas, or even our logo here at Visme. Finally, we have emblem logos. These are logos that are usually bound inside a shape with a visual, and you can even feature the brand name inside the composition. Sometimes the words are rounded to fit in a circle, like the Starbucks logo, or BMW, or even Warner Brothers. But understanding the types and templates can only get you so far. It's important to understand how logos make people feel and the natural association they make with a brand. This is where the structural elements of logos are important. Let's take the design elements of a popular logo like Nike's wing or swoosh logo. The wing gives you a sense of speed, flight, power. This makes sense for Nike because their brand started as a running shoe company for track and field athletes. They wanted the logo to appeal to athletes and give them a sense that Nike shoes would make them faster, lighter on their feet, and more powerful in their sport. That's perfect product market fit. But what about logos that use text? This is where fonts can be just as important for making logos and your designs stand out. Fonts will represent your core message to the world and the emotion that people should feel when viewing it. And Visme actually features font combos that complement each other, which can make your design experience that much easier. So we know that both two types of fonts are serif and sans serif. Serif or cursive-like fonts give the feeling of trust, formality, and reliability. This is why a car manufacturer like Ford would use a serif font for their logo, because you want to have that innate trust factor that who you're buying from will give you a safe, secure, and reliable vehicle. While sans serif fonts can give a sense of minimalism, strength, and straightforwardness. You'll see this in a lot of tech companies like Facebook or Google, or even us here at Visme. You want something simple that's going to be understood and easily readable by your audience. And both of these key elements can interact together, which will then get you a combination logo. They use a unique shape that draws in the viewer, while the text can make the brand easy to remember. But the structure of a logo can only identify so much with an audience. What really makes a design pop and recognizable are the colors. Just as much as we remember the logo structure, the colors make all the difference when it comes to communicating the right emotion to your audience. Every color can spark a different kind of feeling when seen. For example, the color red symbolizes power and importance, which fits great for a company like Marvel. If you want something to stand out, you choose red. Like that subscribe button down below. While blue symbolizes leadership and knowledge. This relates back to the feelings that a company like Ford would be trying to convey with the safety of their vehicles, or the reliability of appliances from a company like GE. For the color green, they convey nature, balance, and a sense of harmony, like again you'd see with the Starbucks logo, or a brand that emphasizes health like Whole Foods. A color like yellow is associated with creativity and optimism, positive emotions. This is where McDonald's "I'm loving it" slogan makes a bit more sense. You love it, they love it, the color yellow means you love it. For the color purple, it conveys a sense of regalness. You'll see this in royalty or religious ceremonies. Hence why the basketball team, the Sacramento Kings, use this idea quite literally. Purple also emits feelings of honesty and well-being, which is why you'll see brands like Ozzy use it to inspire trust in their customers with their hair care products. And then you have the color white, which conveys a feeling of purity and can work as well as an accent to almost any color scheme, which takes us into the color black, and actually conveys feelings of elegance, refinement, and is often used for promoting luxury goods. This is where you'll see brands like Chanel, Versace, or Prada use black and white color schemes all over their marketing. When you think about popular logos, would Starbucks be as calming if it wasn't green? Would Coca-Cola be as noticeable if it wasn't red? Color is just as important for billion-dollar logos as your next marketing design project. So if we were to take everything that we learned, put them together, what does that mean for our projects or potentially designing your next logo? So let's go back and look at the design principles of our very own logo here at Visme. So here at Visme, we use a combination logo. This is because we want our graphic to stand out, but we also want people to easily remember the name Visme, so we keep the name of the company in the overall design of the logo. So for our font choice, we chose a sans serif font. This is modern, youthful, and sophisticated, but also, more importantly, it's simple, which reinforces that we want to help make design simple and easy for you to learn. And because we're a visual design platform, we thought it made sense to use an eye for our actual graphic, which makes sense because we're going to help you get that eye for design. We also have a spectrum of colors as eyelashes on top of the eyeball. This again reinforces that we're going to help you design better because, as we've discussed earlier, it's the graphics in combination with the fonts and finally in combination with the colors. This ultimately ties in everything we've been saying throughout this whole video, all to create one beautiful logo we have here at Visme. Each element was carefully constructed to communicate that Visme is meant for design and helping you create the highest quality projects and presentations possible. And because we want to help you improve all aspects of design on your next project, try Visme and collaborate with your team members today by clicking on the link down below. I'm Jason from Visme, helping you design better for your business.